wanted to ask a question that I think sometimes we don't ask ourselves. We just leave it as something that's just in the air, and we do not ask ourselves, what do you really think about yourself? What do you really think about yourself? I asked this in one of my earlier podcasts, and I got a lot of people that hit me about it, like, girl, you was all up in my head with that one. And it's like, what do we really think of ourselves? Let's ask ourselves. We talk about what we deserve and we talk about what we want. But when we look in that mirror, do we really believe that we deserve what we're saying we deserve? Do we really believe that we are operating in our queenness, that we deserve a king? How many of us really deserve a king? How many of us know how to even treat a king? How many of us even unconditionally really love our kings with all their flaws and all? How many of us really do? How many of us really are genuine people and genuinely love someone for who they are? Like, I remember hearing in the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when she says, I trust him to be him. That was one of my favorite lines, because we sometimes don't understand that we gotta allow people to be them. Let people be them and help them better them. Because if you try to change them, at some point, the real them is going to surface. There's nothing you can do about it, because your core, it's there. It's not going anywhere. That's the one thing that will never change, because it's your core. It's who you are. It's in your DNA. It's what oozes the essence of you. You can't shake that. The best thing to do is to figure out who and what that is and help it elevate. Because a lot of us is walking around here beating our chests of what we deserve, and we really don't deserve it. We really don't deserve it. And we're not willing to accept the fact that we don't deserve it and do the work that'll allow us to deserve it. We want to talk about everyone else. We want to talk about what everyone else is not doing. We want to talk about how everyone else's behavior is affecting us. But we don't want to accept the fact that we are not what we are walking around here saying that we are. We do not feel the way that we walk around here saying that we really feel. It's a bunch of fluff. No, that's one of my words I like to use. Fluff. That's what you look in that mirror like, girl, you are not what you think you is, girl. Get it together. That's the conversations I be having of myself in the mirror. When I look in the mirror and I see this ugliness coming out of me because I'm acting out of emotions, I look at it, I'm like, girl, this ain't you. This is not who you want to be. Is it? So you're going to tell me that you're going to be this way because he made you be this way, or your child made you be this way, or your mama did this, or your father did this, or your sister or brother did this. You're going to blame it on everybody else instead of taking the responsibility and saying, you know what? I have control over how I react. And that reaction was just a little over the top. Was it necessary? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. I ain't going front. Sometimes you just got to. Sometimes you just got to. And then sometimes you gotta humble and double back and let it pass you. Because sometimes people be wilding out and carrying on. And if you wild out and carry on, it's just gonna be one big mess. Nah, let it pass. Let them go through what they're going through. Get it out. Get it out. Shake it out. Get all your anger out. Let it out. Then when you calm down, let's talk. Sometimes we gotta be that. That's what turning the other cheek is, right? You let a person have it. Let them have it. Sometimes you just gotta let them have it. And when they done having it and acting a mess, now I'm gonna hit your heart. Now we gonna talk. Now we gonna deal with it. And after all of that you did, because you was there, you heard yourself. And when I come to you with kindness and love now, it's gonna allow you to assess your behavior. But if I come to you with the same rah-rah energy you on, most people is gonna be on the defense and they gonna get wild back. Gotta sometimes deal with fire with a little water. Only thing that can put out fire is water. Sometimes we gotta be a little water. And you just gotta double back, take a breather, and just be like, all right, You got to see where you can go, and you got to see where you want to go. You got to be able to see those things before you react. That's how you start to take control of your actions. You look at it. I always say the pros and cons. Look at how you can react and look at how you want to react, and then make a choice. Sometimes it's hard because when you're in the feelings and in your emotions, I think that's why they created anger management classes. It's really a way for you to get a grip on your emotions, because our emotions, especially if it's someone that we love and someone that, or it could be someone that we just have this strong control over, and it'll make us wild out. It'll make us wild out. We got to pump our brakes sometimes. Pump your brakes. You can assess what's really going on and do the work. Do the work. Don't blame everybody. First, blame yourself. Much as you talking about what the other person is doing and not doing, you better believe that you're doing and not doing just as much. Probably even more, because you are now taking your energy to worry about what it is that they are not doing and pointing it out, assessing it, giving solutions on what can be done. You don't got control over people, honey. Take that energy and put into you doing better at what you do. Because you better believe that the minute you take that energy away and you start to focus on that, you are now lacking in what you're supposed to be doing. I've spent hours arguing about some stuff, and I didn't get to clean my house. I didn't get to cook dinner. Now I got to go and order some quick dinner crap because I wasted all this time dealing with a situation that was minute. And because of my emotions, I blew it into this big old thing. And now I'm sitting here 3-4 hours later and feeling stupid, feeling stuck. Like I just did all of that for what? Really assess ourselves. Really look at ourselves and start to be like, bro, am I acting the way I want to act? Or you causing me to, ain't nobody causing you to do nothing. Ain't a person could come up in your face and call you every name out the book. It is your choice to react in whatever way you choose. You could be like, oh, I could be that. It's all right. Or you could be like, who you talking to? Da-da. And then now a whole big thing goes down. Nah, you can have that. I'm going to keep this smile on my face. I'm going to keep this peace in my heart and in my mind and just keep on pushing. Because, like I said, I cannot control what anyone does. I can only control what I do. Me knowing that, I try to take all of my energy and focus on me being what I want. If I want certain things, I need to be it so that I can even be the first to show you what it look like. Show you what I want looks like. Everybody be like, oh, tell me what you want. I'll do one better. I'll show you what I want. I'm going to do it so that you can feel it and see how good it makes you feel. Getting a compliment once in a while. Getting a hug once in a while. Going through an argument that ends in peace. All of these things, do them. Be them. And I guarantee you would begin to infect people around you that they start to operate that way. Because they're arguing now, you just sitting there not arguing back. Eventually they're going to stop. But if you going back, it's never going to stop. Let's focus on us getting control and a grip on how we act and how we show up. If we all do that, I think everyone will start to find, because if you start to do that and you start to realize that this person is not really who you want to be with, or who can even receive what it is that you're trying to dish out or looking for, now you can move on instead of wasting time, years of just arguing back and forth because your passion is so great through the roof, it's amazing, but y'all always bickering. Why y'all always bickering? Because your relationship is based on that passion and that thing that y'all do. Y'all don't communicate well. Y'all have nothing in common. Y'all don't have the same morals. When you start seeing those things, it's time to regroup and dip. And if you find out that you got kids, all right, we got these kids. Let's do what we got to do to make sure that they get what they need. But us right here, we're going to keep on living in this toxicity that we both don't want. And there might be somebody out there better for you, and there might be somebody out there better for her. And if everybody's doing the work, we're going to attract who is for us. We're going to attract who we desire to do this thing called life with. But until we do the work and get into us and seek true serenity and elevate to our better selves, we're not going to attract the better half. That's what people call it, your better half. How do you attract your better half when you're not even your better self? You're not. You're going to attract another half that might not be your better half, and might be your better half that needs work done. But the work that needs to be done, you got to do it together. But because y'all not where y'all need to be, the work ain't getting done. And now you think that, oh, you ain't the right person for me, when it's not really that they weren't the right person. You guys just didn't do the work, and you didn't choose to do the work together. A lot of people think you got to separate to get your shit together. Sometimes you don't have to, because sometimes when you separate, you create that space, and it's hard to get it back. I would encourage you, if you don't want to be not together, try to figure out a way that you can grow together, because it always works out better that way than you leave and grow. You go and grow, and now you come back and you grow to some things that the other person ain't really. Who is this new person? What is this new? And I didn't get to grow with you, so I didn't understand the elevation of this. And now you're giving it to me with a certain demeanor, and it's like, hold up, I don't even wait, give me a chance to understand it. And we don't see that. We just look at it like, you still over there and I've grown and I'm not on that no more. And it's like, bro, did you really even love this person? That's another thing. People are out here operating out of infatuation, and it's not true, genuine love. It's not. It's like possessions. You're a good looking trophy for me to have. You're a good person for me to say I'm with. But do I really love you? Do I really want to do this thing called life with you? We got to check these things. We got to ask these things instead of just living and going. And you're like, we really got to become in relationship with our relationships. We're not doing that. We're just in these relationships, but we're not developing relations in these relationships. Our friendships are not becoming as strong as they can be. Our togetherness is not becoming as strong as it can be. We're not sharing positive energy enough with each other. It's constant toxic energy. And these are the things that causes depression, anger, anxiety, unhappiness, just ugliness. Let's all do the work on ourselves. And if we can commit to do the work on ourselves, I think we will all become the better versions of us.